Hello, everyone. This is Jason Harrell, your Chief External Affairs Officer, and welcome to Capitol Brief, which is everything you need to know about the legislative session week in 3 minutes or less. We're here outside the Florida State Capitol, where it was a busy week in Tallahassee. This week marked the final interim committee week before the start of the legislative session on March 4th. With the historic Florida snowstorm and two special sessions in the rearview mirror, the legislature was full speed ahead. Committee agendas were packed, and bills were being heard, including one very important bill. But more on that in a minute. It was the last week for committees to take up issues before the session begins, and members are in crunch time to get bills filed before the deadline. And throughout all this, FICPA remains focused on pushing forward our legislative priorities. So let's talk about our FICPA priorities. First, we have some great news to share. On Tuesday, Senate Bill 160 by Senator Gruters passed unanimously out of the Senate Regulated Industries Committee. This was the first of its 3 committee stops. The hearing went smoothly, and we're now moving on to the next stop. It's a big win that we were only one of 36 bills out of nearly 900 filed to be heard in a committee before session starts. So that's a really great sign. As you know, we're supporting priority legislation that will open new pathways to licensure without lowering standards. We're going to enhance practice mobility and streamline our licensure by endorsement process. It's a big deal, and this was a really big, important first step. Thank you to Senator Gruters and all the committee members for their support. A few other key takeaways from the week. The House held a panel discussion on condo law, and as you know, this is now the 3rd such discussion, so CPAs in this area should expect major legislation as we move into session. Additionally, a few more bills of interest were filed this week, and we'll be keeping a close eye on all of those as we head into session. So just check out our full legislative update for our full list of bills with a lot more detail. So at the close of committee week, here's a quick snapshot of the landscape so far. 13 licensing-related bills have been filed, 51 audit-related bills, and 21 bills have new language that specifically mentions certified public accountants. So as you can see, the scope of our work is growing clearer by the day. The CPA profession continues to be at the forefront of numerous important bills, but don't worry, we've got your back, and we're making sure that you're well represented. So next week, legislators are back home in their districts, and then the full legislative session kicks off the following week on March 4th. So I hope you are ready and excited for session, because I know we are. So that's all for this week on Capitol Brief. Make sure to join us next week for another breakdown of everything you need to know about the legislative session week in 3 minutes or less. Thank you.